Now, to understand how Paul Biya has managed to rule for more than 4 decades, you have to go back and way back to the early 1980s. Because when Biya came to power in 1982, he wasn't seen as a dictator. He was soft-spoken, educated in Paris, and presented as a modern technocrat. You know, the kind of man who could gently guide Cameroon into a new era. But that image didn't last long. Just 2 years into his presidency, in 1984, there was an attempted coup. It failed, but it changed everything. Biya responded by purging the military, consolidating control, and surrounding himself only with people whose loyalty was unquestioned. That's when the real story began. From there, Biya perfected something that many African strongmen have since copied: the art of ruling with the appearance of democracy. So elections were held, but always on his terms. Opposition parties were allowed, but only when they posed no threat. And anyone who grew too popular, too vocal, or even too independent was quietly removed, banned, or in some cases, disappeared. In 2008, he took it a step further, removing presidential term limits entirely. Now, that single act turned the presidency into a lifetime position. And yet, every few years, the dance continues. Ballots are printed, campaigns are staged, results are announced, and Paul Biya wins again and again and again. Because in Cameroon, elections don't choose the president. They confirm him. Behind the scenes, the machinery of power is built to keep him untouchable. You see, the ruling party, CPDM, dominates every institution. The Electoral Commission, the judiciary, the media, they all kind of echo the same message. Stability means Biya. And for years, that message worked. Because even as frustration grew, Biya maintained a reputation for being calm, measured, and above the chaos. While other leaders fell to coups or uprisings, he survived by staying invisible, rarely speaking, rarely appearing, yet always in control. And that's the paradox of Paul Biya, a man who barely shows up in public, but whose presence defines an entire nation. But this isn't just about one man's grip on power. It's about what happens when a whole generation of leaders refuses to step aside, when the same faces keep ruling, while the continent's youngest generation keeps waiting for its turn.